Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
The action has already started.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there?
There've been a couple, Jim, haven't there? But I guess you mean Roberto Carlos.
I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
And he's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
No, that's been intercepted. Played towards the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Great vision. Saliba cuts it out.
Pirlo.
Davids.
Romario. Now it's Zico.
Tries to play it through.
And this is Zico.
Oh, it's played into the area. And he's taking no chances there. Bout of passing here, really easy.
And the shot! Goal! Milan!
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
He's found a way through.
Can he finish? It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And that really is so impressive. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Well read, nice interception. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Knocks it out wide.
He's got away.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, that's fabulous. Looking for options for movement. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Romario. Great chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Del Piero really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Milan go into the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And here's Burak Yilmaz. Engages and forces him off the ball. Might be danger here.
Cruyff.
And we've reached half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that 2-goal cushion early in the second half.
Milan are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. Here we go again then.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Zico. Leicester.
Has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Burak Yilmaz.
Pinches it off him.
And here's Neymar. Zico. And it's Romario.
Saka calmly anticipates.
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior.
Is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Now it's Cruyff. Could be danger here. Roberto Carlos.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all.
He's found a way through. It's run loose here. Zico. It's Zico!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Zico actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And here's Romario. Now it's Del Piero. Neymar. It's Saka. Lamina. And it's Neymar.
And he's there to make the challenge. And he has been fouled there.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Roberto Carlos
is behind this one.
The keeper is ultra busy in trying to just get everything in order.
Roberto Carlos!
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Molina's cross. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Roberto Carlos
taking charge of the dead ball.
And now as good a time as any to pull level.
Now this could be a chance. He's through, now is he in?
Milan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he's been shifted off it.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Pirlo. Milan finding their passes. Oh, perfectly measured that.
He's shifting through the gears here.
There's a no-nonsense tackle.
Saka.
And the referee brings it to a close. Milan have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here. So there's Massimo Otto, bit of an unsung hero perhaps, but certainly an integral part of an Italy side that conquered the world and a European champion for his club.
Yeah, and he did all that by being the picture of consistency and hard work, the way he nullified the threat of some of the biggest names in the game during his heyday, and that was really impressive.
I remember a lot of those performances really well. And here's Cruyff. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Lahm was in no mood for any of that. Saliba. Rijkaard. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff. Good, strong midfield running here. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And this is Nakata. It's Nakata! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Nakata actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Hearts with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Olise. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And he cuts out the supply. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Threads one in. And the shot! Batistuta! Utterly brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And Milan have the lead. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Zico ready to try one.
Well, he can produce power, precision and deception, so he's not short in options.
Zico! That was travelling. Zanetti. Milan are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, it's a promising build-up this, plenty of really nice passing. And he's on his way! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And there is the half-time whistle. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Milan are 1-0 up at half-time and it's all to play for. Here we go again. Milan carrying a one-goal lead. And this is Batistuta. Now it's Nakata. Now it's Cruyff. Lahm is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And here's Zico. And this is Romario. Lahm delivers.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Nakata. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Thinks about the shot. And a chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. Has a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. Nakata! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Hearts appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling.
Decent chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And it's Zico. That's tidy. Goes for the shot! That pass isn't the best. Pele can see things others simply cannot. Zico. He's gone for goal! Oh, they could be caught out here. Not the most convincing of passes. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Lahm, challenged just a bit on the firm side. Looking for options for movement. Milan leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. Romario. And this is Zico. Zico! And that would have been game, set and match.
Zico has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Tries to pass it through. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Milan nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Rijkaard.
There will be 1
Davids.
minute added time.
No, that's been intercepted. Olise has an approach to the game which is pretty much... And that is that. Milan have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Batistuta claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
And there's a lot more to read into this game than just the scoreline.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The action has already started. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I think you're going to have to go a very long way to find a better all-round midfielder than Fede Valverde. He's got the engine to do all the covering, but he's a lot more than that. He's got the strength, the tackling ability, good composure on the ball and balance in his game. So you'd really struggle to find any weakness.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Rice. It's a promising position, and he decides to cross it. Well, that's an excellent interception. Now it's Drogba. Great vision. And it's been played through. Batistuta! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Now it's Zico. He can run onto that. Oh, super ball. Decent chance! It's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now, can they get him away? Incoming delivery. And he's taking no chances there. Rummenigge. And this is Adriano. He's got away. They want to be quick to recover this.
Adriano really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now that's well seen too. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Cruyff. Davids. Rijkaard. Now it's Batistuta. He's in space and looking for options. And that has been cleared. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Milan really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have gone another one and killed the game off completely? Possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
Milan go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion.
Substitution for Milan, number 14, Johan Cruyff. Coming on to replace
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Del Piero.
Nesta is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Zico.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Zico. And that's played in low. And that was very necessary. Not the most convincing of passes. He's found a way through. Del Piero. And Del Piero! It's in! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now. Well, it's definitely the right attitude, and
Del Piero! And they're back on the ball again. And this is Drogba. That ball looks a good one. And it's Batistuta. And Del Piero! Really well taken goal. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. What's your opinion on that goal?
I love the technique in that finish. There was a concentration to keep it down.
Milan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Crosses it in. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. 75 minutes played. Del Piero. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Del Piero! Oh, should have put that away.
It's a good effort, and you can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
Substitutions taking place.
Barcelona have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Davids. Rijkaard. Now it's Batistuta. Lahm looking to play him in. Zico to big header! It's hit the crossbar. Pau Kubasi gets it clear. Zaire Emery. That has been cut short. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's at the end. Milan are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Batistuta. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Rijkaard. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Picked out, brilliant, shoots! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Neymar. Looking for options for movement. Davids is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Rafinha really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, there's the clearance. Rijkaard. Zico.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
And it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Cruyff. And it's Drogba. Drogba gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Lahm. Driving on and making good progress. Lahm. Crosses it in here.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
He has found a way through. A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. So off we go once more.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Neymar. That's a cute ball. It's Drogba! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Milan really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Nice interception, well timed.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Just eases him off the ball. He's got away.
That's good play from him.
Alarm. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Romario is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Nice looking ball. Oh, that's clever. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And that's put paid to a promising move. Gravenberg. And here's Rafinha. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
India really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Substitution for Milan, number 11.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Romario, number 22. Zico, number 14. Johan Cruyff.
Zola
Coming on the field.
tries to pass it through. He could be in here. He's having a shot! It's there! Finally the breakthrough!
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have our breakthrough.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
And there's the shot! Khan getting this one clear.
Has been indicated.
Rijkaard. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. That's good vision. And he's cut it out. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Batistuta, voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, where can I start? There's so much to admire in this team and how they went about things, very tidy and yet retaining
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture? That could spell trouble.
Might want to be careful there. They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Caught offside that time. Eric Garcia. Cruyff. Well, that has not gone well. Haaland. He's in space and looking for options. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's got away. That's tidy.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Alexander-Arnold gets good distance on it. Bale, plenty to aim. Tries a shot! Goal! Milan! There is the breakthrough! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
And we come to you now with a quick request for support for our World Charity Fund.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class pack.
And the shot! Decent enough try.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. That's a sharp pass. Zola. He is through here. Can he finish? Oh, crossbar! Milan are looking to break at pace. Zico. First quarter of an hour gone. And here's Batistuta. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Romario. Romario. Oh, what? And he shoots! Goal! Milan! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Milan finding their passes. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, look at the space here. Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Romario. Vittoria trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game.
Can he finish? It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. Casillas looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Oh, easy pickings there. Rijkaard. 5 minutes till the break. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Zola. Great vision. Pelé. Rijkaard.
There will be 1 minute
Romario.
time.
Batistuta. And we hit half-time.
Milan are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
On the road outside the stadium.
Milan go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion.
Substitution for Milan. Number 9, Batistuta.
Here we go again then.
22, Zico. Coming on the
He's
field,
found a way through.
Number 23.
The ball has bounced loose now.
Number 25.
And it's Conte. Conte. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Davids is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Cruyff tries to pass it through. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Has a shot! Brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they are cruising away. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Milan find a position of real strength now. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Milan ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Pelé. Cruyff. He's in space and looking for options. Here comes the... He rises! Just cruising! They are cruising! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And now he has two. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Cruyff. Now, can they get him away? Zola. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Shevchenko. No, he is not giving anything away. Cruyff. Rijkaard. To Bruno Fernandes. Pelé takes control of it and he's on the move. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Beckenbauer. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Knocks it into space. Lahm deals with that. And that's that. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Romario picking up the man of the match. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. He's shifting through the gears here. Delivers with big header. And the ball's come loose here. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And it's Silva. Now it's Drogba. Knocks it into space. He's found a way through. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Serge Gnabry's early career was a real struggle, but has seen a spectacular revival where he's transformed himself.
There's the header! Goal! Fenerbahce! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Fenerbahce have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter.
There's the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Zico going full steam down the flank. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Hit into the middle. Keeper's dealt with that. Rafa Silva. Nicely weighted ball. He has found a way through.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now it's Drogba. Now it's Tomoroow. Oh, that's well spotted. Barella. Pass somewhat off target.
Fenerbahce really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Oh, smashing header! They've scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss...
And the shot! Oh, taken with style. Back to within one. Interesting. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Well read, nice interception. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Alexander-Arnold. That's a shade optimistic. Corner it is. This possibly the last play of the half. Barella with the short one. And here's Barella. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Substitution in progress.
So off we go once more.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, easy pickings there. Now, can they get him away? Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Chiellini cuts it out. Rodri. Barella. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be...
Real chance! And he shoots! It's gone in, and it is an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
And it's Zico. Zico going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Drogba. And he thumps it clear. Drogba. That is a brilliant interception. Gnabry. Barella. Maldini. And it's Davids. Ball played for Rijkaard. And it's Lahm. Deep cross. Climbs up big! It's in! Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Nesta calmly anticipates. Romario might just make this. Now it's Zico. Plays a sharp little ball here. Lahm plays it in. Cannavaro getting this one clear. And here's Drogba. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Keep calm and carry on. That's...
Applies the finish! And the lead stays intact, just.
That was so poor. A very decent chance, and the disappointment is all too obvious.
Fenerbahce clearly now in lead preservation mode.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Goes for a shot! It's in! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produce something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determined...
That's at the end. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
I enjoyed that, Peter. Both teams went about their work in a really committed manner, and for me it just always held an interest.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, the winger Lee Kang-in is a very interesting player, Peter, because there's something almost unique about the way he dribbles.
He's been taken down, and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Yellow or red? It is red. Milan already a man down in these early stages. That has left the boss thinking about what harm it has done to their chances.
It looked...
Oh, great save by Dida! And that's a poor pen.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
Substitution for Milan, number 9.
And we have our very first corner.
Coming on to replace him is number 4, Lilian Thuram.
That's really well cleared. And this is... Can he finish? And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Nakata clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Hearts have their second corner now. Climbs up big! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Maldini. Great vision. Foot in. And here's Del Piero. Lee Kang-in did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Drogba. Cannavaro does really well there. He is strong. Quality ball. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Drogba. Now it's Zico. Looking for the run. Pele. Zico is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Vitinha. Pele. He's picked his way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Zico. Milan making some potentially decisive changes. They weren't waiting around. And it's Nakata. Brilliantly cut out. Del Piero. Now it's Drogba. Now it's Zico. Thuram. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. Lee Kang-in. And this is Batistuta. And Batistuta! Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He'll fancy himself from here. And this is a great chance to take a lead. Pele! Corner number 3 coming up. And he's there to clear it. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Milan are looking to go forward now. Maldini. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Drogba. Vitinha. Looking for options for movement. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
This is a lost children's
How's the first half compared with your
Please keep your eyes
expectation?
on your
Well,
children
we've
during
seen
the
at
matches
times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and fearlessness, who knows, they might just get something they want.
Number 22.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway. Both sides defensively Shot, surely! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Hearts have penetrated for the first time.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Lee Kang in. Oh, such a clever touch. Del Piero is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Lam.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, truly brave defending.
That is superb defensive work.
Big chance! There it is! Can he get it through? But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He won't be happy with that one. Hearts appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Milan are looking to break at pace. Now it's Pele. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Has a look and plays it forward. Pele could try cutting inside here. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Drogba gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Del Piero. Tries to pass it through. And this is Nakata. He's having a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Hearts clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
It's a searching pass. Real chance! And he hits the net. There seemed no way back, but they are level. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Substitution for Milan. Number 13.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, needless to...
He's gone for goal!
Substitution.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Lam looking for a runner. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, what has happened? It's Pele! Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they... And that's that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Pele voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Milan leave it late, but in the end, it was great. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
And the shot! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the terrific header?
Oh, it's come off the upright. Drogba with a definite fell there. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Messi. He's through here. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And he's decided to go for it. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Knocks it into space. Davids. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Can he get on the end of this? Bayer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Back into the middle. Batistuta. Messi.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Horace! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Keeper's dealt with that. Milan have the chance to go the other way. It's not an especially good pass, that. Davids. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And he was quick to react.
Johor Darul Tazim really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Lam played chance! It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Certain, searing and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
No, he's just misjudged that one.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And it's Lam.
That was lovely, that.
Ball driven towards the far post.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Hernes. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Substitutions taking place.
So, we're into the second 45. And this is Pele. It's a good-looking delivery. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Now it's Messi. That is lovely. And Messi! Oh, he's hit the bar! And that has sent him sprawling. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. So a big chance now from 12 yards. To turn a deficit into a lead. Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer. Oh, he's missed.
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Bale! Just off target. Messi. Lam is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. Corner number 2 then. Big header! It's hit the crossbar. Goal! Milan! And the comeback is complete. Rijkaard at his razor-sharp best there.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Milan go into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Spread out to the left. That's a lovely, neat pass. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Tries to play it through, and this is Batistuta. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Drogba. Pele. Oh, that's fabulous. Pele! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's a sharp pass.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Jordan Henderson.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And this is Pele. That is good alertness.
Milan really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And that will be it. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will, and this place is bouncing. Drogba voted man of the match, and deservedly so.